Everybody has experience with doors. Hear me out. That back there is a door. You probably have a door as well in your room, right? You'd think. Maybe not. Maybe you don't have a door. Maybe you're a sick person. Maybe you're actually twisted. I have a door. You probably have a door. We all experience doors every day. You know who didn't have doors? Dinosaurs. Humanity is not extinct yet. You know who is extinct? Dinosaurs. Are you starting to see a connection here? I'm not saying dinosaurs went extinct because they didn't have doors, but I'm not saying they didn't. I'm not going to be dissecting doors in particular. That's stupid, and it's everybody and their grandma has done that. No. There's a part of doors which nobody ever talks about, and it's really the most interactive part of a door. No matter who you are, there's only one way to open a door, right? Wrong. You couldn't be further from the truth. People who make doors are sadistic and sick in the head. Some doors fill me with such rage that I have to step back and go, hey, this is ultimately just a piece of plywood. Stop getting so angry.
That doesn't help. The voices aren't stopping.
I mean, how do you even open a door? Just look at him. Look at him to suffer. Probably doesn't even know where the door is at. Let alone the doorknob. Hello? Don't try to fight it. Just open it. Obviously, the most important part of a door is the doorknob. I don't care if the door's made out of wood, plastic, grass. If it has a good doorknob, it's a good door. As you can see here, Home Depot is doing a no-no. They're segregating the doorknobs into different categories. So we have just doorknobs, door levers, and handle sets. I'll be combining each category of doorknob together. This is your average, everyday, run-of-the-mill type of doorknob, your default doorknob. It might even actually be the first doorknob. Hear me out. Do you think cavemen were intelligent enough to actually make a good-looking doorknob? I don't think so. I should probably mention that it does have one issue that unfortunately all doorknobs have, and that is it requires hand-eye coordination. The caveman style doorknob isn't bad, but it isn't great. So I'm going to put it in B tier. Next up is this abomination. For starters, it looks awful. It looks like a dwarf was held at gunpoint and forced to make this in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory or something sick like that. Some sick place. This does not look good. And it feels worse than it looks. Whenever I am confronted with this monumental challenge of opening a door, and I know it's just that much worse whenever I have to wrap my hands around this, it's just not fun. It feels like plastic. It feels uncomfortable. It feels awkward. It feels not great. This is an easy D tier. It lacks visual aesthetic, it looks horrible, and it feels even worse. There's only a few other things in the world that make me want to die more than this. This is the perfect example of taking a design that is fine, and you somehow make it worse by overcomplicating it. You see, there is this little dip right here. It's just a tiny little dip, and it somehow makes the experience you have whenever you open a door that much worse. I do not want to have the sensation of falling into the doorknob whenever I reach for the doorknob. That's disgusting. This is an easy C tier. It's not as bad as this abomination, but it's not great either. It's actually pretty terrible. Now, there are two types of people in the world. People who like this type of button lock, and idiots. Let me show you a demonstration. Do you see a problem here? Because I do. You see, when I want to lock my door, doing this is infuriating. Why do I need to move my wrist? Like, it's locked, but at what cost? You see what I'm saying here? It's not even worth it half the time. Now look at this one, okay? Same shape, right? Whoa! Look! It's nice! It works! It doesn't make me want to kill myself whenever I do it. Do you see it? Do you see it, door engineers? This is how you design a doorknob. Honestly, I think this is a lesser version than the original doorknob. It's probably a C tier, but it's better than this design, whatever this is. If I'm going to be perfectly honest here, this is pretty close to perfection. I mean, when I die, if this is the last image that goes from my mind, I won't be upset. I'm thinking S tier because honestly, I really vibe with this doorknob. This is a unique case because I'm pretty sure that ants designed this doorknob, or if you're that type of person, door handle. But if I'm going to be honest here, if you call it a door handle, I'll personally hunt you down. This is a doorknob. Shut up. As I was saying, I'm pretty sure ants made this because the human hand isn't perfectly flat. Here's a slightly less awful version of the door knob from before. You know, the one that was made by ants. This was actually made by humans because, you know, the curvature. Uh, anyways, this isn't too bad. It does its job well. It doesn't look awful. And honestly, I kind of vibe with it. This one's A tier. And this one's going right where it belongs. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to be my most controversial take yet. I don't mind the way this is made. I just hate the implementation of it half the time. This guy doesn't know what's coming for him. This is how you would normally open the door. And this is how you're supposed to open the door. Does it look like he's having fun? Because I don't see any smile. This is an example of something that's pretty good in theory, but horrible in practice. It's still better than this abomination from hell, but it's not great. Why does it look like a chicken laid an egg? I mean, it looks like an egg, but it certainly is not an egg. Trust me, I've tried. My hatred for this doorknob is so strong that if I was in the hospital and I was seconds away from dying, and the only thing blocking me from the operating room was this, then I think I'd rather die. There is a special place in hell for people who make these porcelain eggs, this mockery from hell, this abomination on the surface of Earth. This is truly humanity's lowest point. I'm honestly so sick of this egg that it belongs in its own tier. It's not even worthy of F tier. That's how bad it is. Add row below. Egg. And the color will be this mushy, awful gray color. Here we go. Boom. That's where you belong. Maybe I'm overreacting here. Maybe doorknobs don't have a personal vendetta against me. Maybe I'm the one with a personal vendetta against them. Maybe it wasn't an asteroid-shaped asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. Maybe it was an egg-shaped asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. Maybe my therapist is lying whenever she says that doorknobs can't hurt me, or that I'm acting insane, or that I need to get out of her office. Maybe I've gone in too deep.